Hi, everybody. I just want to let you know today's Heather's birthday. She's 32 today. And I'm sitting here just kind of relaxing for tonight. It was my wedding anniversary on the 16th of January. So I just spent the evening here by myself, kicking back and relaxing, having a glass of wine. And remembering the good times that Tom and I had together in our life that we've shared together with the two girls. And it was kind of a peaceful kind of a time, but yet a sad time for me too, because he's not here with me and I miss him a lot. And I still wear my wedding rings, and I wear his wedding ring too on my left hand, and I will continue to do so. And I think about him a lot, and it's sometimes lonely thinking about him. And I know that I believe that someday we're going to be together again, that I'll see him again. That's my belief, and that's what I'm looking forward to, this time we'll meet again. And anyway, Brandy called this morning, talked a little bit, and she called and talked to Heather and wished her a happy birthday. And she's going to call me in the morning, and then we're going to talk a little bit. She's had a busy life because she's been working a lot of time, especially a lot of time during the holidays. And busy with her little daughter, Fawn, who will be 2 in March, and maintaining a house, and all the work that she's been doing. Plus she's taking classes, she's taking private investigator classes, and she wants to go into forensic science, is what she wants to do eventually. She wants to learn investigative work first. I think she wants to go into investigating homicides, is I think what her goal is. So anyway, she's doing a lot of studying and book work and working, and she's got a lot going on. And anyway, I miss her, and I miss my little grandbaby. Thought about taking another trip back there again this year. But my daughter Shannon's planning a trip out here with her daughter Kirsten. So I figured as long as Shannon's coming out here, and she lives in Michigan, there's no sense me planning a trip back there this year. So anyway, and she'll probably be here sometime around in July. So, looking forward to that, and seeing my oldest granddaughter from my oldest kid, and that'll be Kirsten, and she'll be 23, February 15th. And then my youngest daughter has the one daughter, who is my youngest granddaughter, who will be 2, March 9th. And it's really funny because Fawn was born on my dad's birthday, March 9th, and they're almost a century apart. Because he would be 100 years old this March 9th. So they're 98 years apart. And it's really funny for her to have it'd actually be her great-grandpa, have a great-grandpa almost 100 years older than she is. That's kind of funny. But anyway. So, I sit here and do a lot of thinking sometimes about my daughters and my life with Tom. A lot of it had its ups and downs because of the health situations that my husband had over a lot of his last years of life. And I think basically our life was good. Our life was happy. We were happy together. And I'm glad I have the 2 daughters and what I have in life. I'm glad I have this home, this nice home that I have. It's a very clean environment. I had it all remodeled a few years ago, and it's always clean and always looks nice. Anybody that stops here can contest to that, because they can stop by anytime, 24/7, and the place is always clean, always in order and organized. That's the way I've always lived my life, is living it organized and clean, and I like a clean environment. That's the way I was always brought Brandy up to live, to be a clean person and to live clean. And that's why I can't understand society when you look around today. Like I was talking to a person the other day, a friend, telling them that I can't understand the people today, and it's been going on. I've noticed this for a lot of years. It's almost like the whole planet is in like a mental depression. You look all around you and you wonder, when was the last time some of these people took a bath? When was the last time they saw the inside of a shower? I mean, I go down to the front store here in Rancho Tehama where I live, and I see people standing in a line there, and they've got lint in their hair, and their hair is dirty, and they look, their whole body and their clothes, it looks like they've been rolling around on a pig trough. And you wonder why these people don't clean themselves. Why don't they bathe? Why don't they wash? Why are they down there spending their last few pennies and dimes and nickels to buy a bottle of malt liquor? Why don't they go around the other counter and buy a bar of soap or something like that and wash themselves, clean themselves? Maybe they'd feel better if they took a bath. Or if they don't have running water, go down to the pond with a bar of soap and wash themselves and clean. I mean, that's to me just uncalled for and disgraceful when I see people walking around like that. And I don't know if it's because a lot of people are into drugs that it's kind of screwed up their fucking heads, or what it's done, that they don't even keep themselves clean anymore. That they've gone through such a mental state that they don't care about their hygiene. They don't care about where they live. They live in homes that have broken windows out, and they don't seem to give a rat's ass. I've seen people driving down these roads here that they don't even have doors on their cars. You wonder, what the hell did they do? Go to a junkyard and somebody paid them to haul that piece of shit off their property? You go driving around in those, and they don't even have doors on their cars. They don't have hoods on their car. Sometimes I've seen people go by and they've got black trash bags taped on their windows because they don't put windows in there, yet they'll go down to the store and spend their money on a 12-pack of Bud Light. If they don't have money to pay to have a window put in their car, and you'll see the little kids, they don't have shoes on their little kids' feet. They'll be walking around in cold weather, and the little kids just got a little t-shirt on, no jacket, not even a sweater. You wonder, when the hell CPS? Look, why doesn't CPS get a rein on that? Look at some of these kids that are going around without shoes, or going around without sweaters and jackets, and yet their parents are buying 12 packs of Bud Light and about 5 or 6 stacks of packages of TaylorMade cigarettes. I can afford it, but I don't even buy TaylorMade. I roll my cigarettes. I've been doing that probably for over 15 years now, rolling my smokes. I can buy a bag of tobacco for $15. They go to the front store and buy 1 pack of cigarettes for $8.50. And they use their welfare checks to do that. I feel like I'm being slapped in the face when they do that. I don't like that. That's insulting to me that they do that. I mean, they should be putting... And then when they're a little kid, a little 8 or 9-year-old boy asks their mom if they'll buy him a bag of little Cheetos, and she yells at him, tells him to go put that back on the shelf. And it makes you wonder if that maybe is the only thing that little kid was going to have to eat all day. And yet that female's standing there cashing her welfare check, and she's got a 12-pack of Bud Light in one hand, and the beefy piece of shit that's standing there with her has a 12-pack of Bud Light in his hand, and he asks the person at the counter if he'll hand him a big jug of that black Jack Daniels or whatever it's called, that whiskey. You'll buy a big bottle of that. Wonder what the hell they do. They go home and get drunk, and what's happening to these three little kids standing there? Well, what are they doing? Running around loose all over that house while the two of them are laying there drunk and passed out? I mean, it makes you wonder why in the hell don't they buy some food to put on the table for those kids? And you wonder what rock they crawled out from under, that they don't do better than that for their kids. I don't know. I don't understand people that do that. And I don't understand CPS, why they aren't on their ass. Why aren't they on their ass? Following them like a boot up their ass. Wonder why. And I still strongly believe, and this is something I've always believed, if people that are going to go to work, like my daughter, she had to go through a drug test. Not only that, you piss in a bottle for a drug test, but also blood tests to be able to get her job. And that's what she had to do when she worked at Kmart on 3 years ago. Had to go through all that. Well, I strongly believe that somebody that's picking up a welfare check should also go through a drug test. They should go through a drug screening to be able to pick up a welfare check. And that's what I believe. If my kid and other kids like them that are working and busting their ass have to take a drug test to work and pay for these people to have a welfare check, then they should have to go through a drug test to be able to pick one up. And that's what I strongly believe, and that's what I've always believed about that. Maybe it's some of these people, if they didn't get a welfare check on the first of the month, to quit their drugs and go off their fucking drugs. I feel I deserve to roll a cigarette when it cost me $15 for a big pound bag of tobacco that lasts me 3 weeks. I can pay $15 for a bag of tobacco, and I've been rolling cigarettes for probably close to 20 years now that I've been rolling my cigarettes. And these welfare people go down to the front store and pay $8.50 for a pack of cigarettes, and they buy not just one pack, but they'll buy maybe 6 or 7 packs of cigarettes all at one time. That to me is wrong. That to me is very wrong. And my husband worked 2 jobs, back-to-back, full-time jobs, to put food on the table for us, and they took a lot of money out of his check for taxes that went into paying for welfare checks. And these people on SSI, I don't give a rat's ass if they're an alcoholic. To me, that's not a disability. If you're a fucking alcoholic, you're a drunk, you shouldn't be, that shouldn't be called disabled because you're a fucking lush. You shouldn't no longer get paid a SSI check on the first of the month to be able to buy your booze and stay drunk the rest of the month, and then on the first of the month get another check and just keep doing that every month. You should bust your ass and work. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are alcoholics that have to get out and work. They don't sit there on their fucking ass and collect an SSI check because they're a drunk. That's not any excuse because they're a drunk. That's not being disabled because you're a drunk. Am I somehow disabled because I smoke? If I was in the workplace, I wouldn't be able to smoke. You know, on a job, I have to wait till I get home to have a smoke. Wouldn't you consider that somehow a disability to me? If I was in the workforce that I can't smoke on a job? I'd love to be able to have a smoke because it takes a lot of stress out of me. It makes me feel a little more mellow if I can have a cigarette once in a while. But no, these non-smokers pass these laws that a smoker can't drink or can't smoke on the job. And even at a hospital, even to go visit at a hospital, you have to smoke 100 feet or 100 yards or whatever it is away from the front door. And even then, I'm sitting all the way at the end of a fucking parking lot to have a smoke. These arrogant pieces of shit will be walking by me, waving their hands real annoying because the smoke is bothering them. Now, what kind of an idiot is that? My smoke is really bothering them outside, sitting maybe 5 yards away from them walking by me, and yet my smoke's bothering me? No, they're just intimidating my ass because they don't want me smoking. Because it's just they're just being a control freak, trying to control me as to whether or not I smoke or not. That's why they put all these laws out there not allowing smokers to smoke in the workplace, not around any hospital. They even tried passing a law here in California a number of years ago that you weren't even going to be allowed to smoke in the privacy of your own fucking house in case the neighbors complained because they smelled smoke. Now, what kind of an idiot is that? Somebody's going to smell me smoking with my doors closed and I'm in my fucking house and they're like 2 acres away from me and they're going to complain because they smell my smoke? Shove it up your ass. Okay, Nathan.